Good evening, speedrunning fans. Good evening, Super Metroid fans. We are here. It is time for the final race in this best of 3 series. Dash Devs versus the world. My name is Professor School. I am here to walk you through the action. I'm joined by two of my good buddies here in this community, MM2, Nest Cartridge, and Papa Schmo. Pops, MM2, how y'all doing?
Fantastic, good sir.
This is
Final
yeah.
round, yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Me and Professor School were in games 2 and 1 respectively. So we're on Team World, looking to seal the 3-0. Papa Schmo on the Dash Devs for game 2. I assume rooting for the final game victory. But yeah, this should be really excited. Somebody want to talk about the settings?
Yeah, let's talk about them. So we have the Chozo logic, which is what we've been using for race 1 and race 2. We have not any shuffled or shifted bosses today, vanilla boss locations, but we do have area randomization. We did have Multitroid in the past two races. Shout out to the Multitroid devs for all the work they put in to allow us to have this for this tournament. But today we are just doing co-op, so the runners are on comms together, but they are running the same seed and they're just sharing information, via the voice channel. Just let the runner know, hey, I found Varia at Space or whatever, and then that runner could go pick that up. But that's what we have. We don't have any gravity heat reduction, vanilla charge beam, no double jump, no pressure valve, no heat shield, and just standard item distribution.
Yeah, this will just be your good old Chozo area, and you got a friend to help you through it. So should be a pretty interesting race for sure. Kipp and Zeb, both top tier runners, consistently placed very highly in a lot of tournaments. Cassidy and DJ have just been on the down low, just practicing, getting better.
Yeah, I think Zeb and Kipp have been in a lot of finals rando tournaments together, so they're definitely of the top tier caliber here for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We got the Morph Ball at Morph, and this is a certified sad seed. No power bombs to be seen here in Retrobrin, so nobody's going to be checking the portal early. We're just going to be going back up.
Yep, good to see an E-Tank though. Starved for power bombs is one thing. Starved for energy can be also a pretty shaky one to have there. Nice backup D-boost from D-Web with the Gamer there at the top. That's pretty good. So again, we've got area randomization. So what we'll probably see here is generally when you're sharing information, you want to try to divide and conquer, if you will. So we might see a runner head to the left. We might see a runner head to the right, even though they can only check one portal because we still don't have power bombs yet. But we might get those on the way up at Bomb Terizo. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you could have a speed or screw attack progression here, but I like the trailing runner here. Potentially can just hang out and grab that 230 check here for Chozo right away. If it's screw or speed as the progression, you won't. But there's a pretty high likelihood that we're going to get bombs or power bombs here from BT, and then the trailing runner will be able to sneak right into 230 and get that Chozo taken care of.
Yeah, Kipp and Zeb neck and neck heading into BT. So we've got that screw attack. So somebody's probably going to be heading left, and then somebody else is probably... I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a gauntlet into crab portal check for the other player.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think especially with screw and a tank, you take a save and you go ahead and check. Gauntlet here. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, maybe not even the save, since it's Chozo, fairly likely to find something you want to keep anyways. So the EV from the time loss of the save and the speed of going out gauntlet again with screw attack, I think is at least close to worth it.
Yeah, a lot of the time you end up seeing the logical power bombs be over here at Gauntlet, and skipping it proves pretty costly when it's 5-10 minutes into the run and you still can't find any power bombs. So we'll see what ends up coming here for Zeb. Just a pack of supers, so no explosives still.
Yeah, this is becoming to be a bit of a problem, but not too much yet.
It's when you just know that the seed is just not, is going to hide the power bombs from you. You've done like 4 or 5 checks so far, and you're being either force-fed missiles or starved of power bombs, and you know the seed just doesn't care. It's just gonna be a butt the whole time.
Yeah, and our first look at some of these transitions. So the G4 portal going to the top of Red Tower. See about this Kago transition here. All right, bottom of West Meridia. Not much that you can do with that at this point.
Yeah, at this point you're really just going to be doing top Red Tower, since we've got both the bottom of West Meridia transitions with Crab Portal going to Crab Hole in West. But you got the top Red Tower. You got Super, so you can check the Chozo item there, and then you have another portal to go somewhere else with if that.
And there's the map station portal.
Yep.
All right, wants us to go to Meridia badly, so I expect we may see Gravity before Varia, but
yeah, it could be. Could also be this portal Cassidy going to something important. Is this gonna right?
okay.
I think I missed it on Zeb's screen. Did Zeb actually check the moat portal?
Zeb doesn't have power bombs, so no more.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
See, this
Yeah.
is exactly the problem with seeds like this. I'm just so used to things moving quickly that I have to. This is the same thing when I run these seeds. I have to keep asking myself, "Oh goodness, can I even do this yet? Can't even do this yet."
And DJ giving us the first look at alpha power bombs, which is Plasma Cassidy, right on his heels.
Shout outs to Nevdi.
Yep, shout out to Nevdi. Everybody making sure to pay proper homage to the Vileplume gods.
Just to anybody, I just wanted to make a quick note. We're sitting here talking about figuring out, oh wait, we can't go to that portal yet because this and that. Thinking about all of those things while you're running is just a next level amount of concentration. So shout out to these runners doing awesome things.
Yeah, and doing it in VC with another person, trying to manage health and ammo at the same time through the multi-troid. It's a lot.
Yeah, no multi-troid here though. Just co-op.
Yeah. Yeah, the only ammo you have to manage in this seat is yourself.
Oh, that's right. That's right. This is the one that's the odd person out.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeb and DJ heading both into Business Center. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Oh, there's power bombs. So I would think you have DJ head out here, and you have Zeb do ice. And DJ checks the other portal, which they don't know what it is yet, but Kipp just checked it, and it is the West Meridia pre-Aqueduct transition.
Yeah, we're 3 for 4 already on our West Meridia transitions, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with them yet.
Yeah. Not really.
We did find our out of logic power bombs, though. We have a non-Chozo power bomb pack here.
Yeah. We also have our in logic power bombs, as high jump was the Chozo power bomb.
We also have, that's our third tank I think we've seen. So that puts, I believe, the Hell Run to Bubble Mountain in logic.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how Dash deals with the Chozo tanks for Hell Runs, but I'm presuming Ice is... Actually, I don't know. No, there's a Chozo tank at Alpha Missiles. So we've got...
Gotta be
no,
Chozo
that's not
tanks.
right. No,
Okay.
it wasn't a Chozo tank. I don't even know if we have any Chozo tanks. Okay, Matt's saying it gotta be Chozo tanks. There's the Varia for Zeb, so... Yeah, it looks like everybody's gonna be getting the various dudes sooner than later.
Yep. mesmerized by all 4 of these screens here.
Yeah. All in a relatively similar area, but Cassidy making the worrying choice of leaving. Since Kipp doesn't know about the area yet, but he's about to learn, so...
Yeah, we'll might see
what
it.
ensues.
A quick 180 skirt turnaround from Cassidy.
Yeah, it might be an about face command from Kipp here. Let's see.
Oh,
Yep, there it is.
He's right before the elevator, too. That would have been an extra 20 seconds.
Yeah, and so then let's see what Kipp decides to do here. I'm assuming goes across to Bubble Mountain, maybe, or...
I would not be surprised, because the only other fairly viable thing is to go down Red Tower, which is also fine.
You could go to Down Red Tower, you could also go back and check the moat portal, now that you have power bombs.
That's true. Yeah, I wasn't really considering mode, because it's just one portal, and you've got 4 in Red Red Star and a bunch of stuff on east side of Bubble Mountain, but it is a thing you can do.
Yeah, I think hanging out in Upper North Fair is also a decent play. You got 2 majors over here and 3 more portals that you can check. So I don't think it's a bad decision either way.
Yeah, at this point, likely it's going to be one person goes over to Bubble Mountain, Kipp's doing that, and then probably the other person goes down Red Tower and deals with that area.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of divergence. You can get 7 portals and a bunch of major checks. Or Chozo checks.
Yeah, it looks like that's the idea that Zeb and DJ have together. Zeb being in Red Tower and DJ going to Bubble Mountain. So a little bit of a positional advantage, I would say, over the Dash devs, just because of how far behind Cassidy is, even though Kipp is farther into Bubble Mountain than DJ is.
Nice right side Bubble Mountain there from Kipp. Nicely executed.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Making it look easy.
So we'll get these speed and wave checks from Kipp.
Yep, Zeb also checking the middle of Red Tower portal. Cassidy is in a little bit of an ammo situation, but he's got enough to make it happen.
3rd power bomb pack, just in case we'd never find ice. We're good on Metroids.
Speaking of.
Okay. Do I just say things and then say things aren't going to happen and then they happen? Going to be what's happening? Right.
Yes, so. Zeb is making the interesting call. Oh wait, no, this is not boss rando. I was gonna. I'm too used to boss rando because that's all I've been playing for like ages. Is boss rando. So like, yeah, of course you're gonna save before this boss because it's boss rando. It could be like Dragon or Ridley. No, it's going to be Kraid because Zeb knows this. So
yeah, if it was Nebdi instead of Zeb, you might get a save before the boss. But I think Zeb is pretty comfortable with Kraid here.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Zeb and Nebdi, Zeb might tell Nebdi to save just to just to mess with him. Heck, if it was me and Nebdi, I'd tell Nebdi to save.
Yeah, and Zeb, one of those continuing to main 4 super quick kills, nicely dispatches of Kraid. Let's see what we got behind here in the Chozo. It's bombs.
And DJ collects the ice beam, and looks like the Dash devs have made the decision to have both of their runners in Bubble Mountain instead of sending one down Red Tower. So they'll be clearing it a little bit more efficiently just by the virtue of having 2 people there at once. But they won't be getting the information of, well, we know Kraid and bombs. That will probably be checking X-ray and then going down. So just be missing on that item information and portal information for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's interesting. You might think, oh, duh, it makes sense to divide and conquer, but that's not always the fastest route. Sometimes conquering the same area twice as fast is the play.
Yep. And oftentimes it turns into one player's ahead enough that they can play the area normally and tell the other, and basically let the other player play it as if they had the spoiler log and just go only where good items are.
Kipp deciding Croc is not going to be something he does right now.
All right, Zeb doing this X-ray deboost check. A little bit safer, obviously, here with the Varia and with the bombs back up. So pretty safe overall.
It's very seasoned with the trick, is just going to get it first try and have no issues with it. And Spring Ball and X-Ray, DJ is about to hit the Croc transition, so we'll see what call the world makes on that. Does have
finding the front of LN there too. We're getting a lot of portal information here. Yeah, and they're bailing on Croc as well. I mean, unless it's gravity, it's going to be pretty easily skippable in most cases. We'll see what the seed has to offer.
Yeah, the only thing you want your partner to come back for is gravity. Charge is probably the second best, or speed. Charge and speed are like kind of tied for second best. But your partner is probably not going to come back for it, so that's a pretty big influencer in whether or not you're going to do the thing.
All right, and here's that final bubble transition, and there you go. So that's what we left behind with no meme map capabilities. Pressure PV.
Yeah. What was Chronic Boost?
The Lob Dive portal was the front of LN. We're about to see it here again on DWeb screen.
Okay. Also, Speed Booster at Spacer for Zeb. So pretty big stuff with the boss, the Crate Knowledge, and now the Speed Booster is pretty huge as well.
Let's see what Zeb decides to do here. There's 3 portals to check, but no high jump, so I expect the 2 right side portals first, and then depending on what they are, you could go back and check the 2 portal afterwards, since you only get that 1 gravity jump break.
Yeah, you could go spring ball, but it's just a little bit slower. Like if you miss it, or you want to go up and then come back down and go back in, it's not impossible, but yes.
He does also have speed, so so you could do the out of room gravity jump with the 2 broken, but it is a little bit difficult.
You totally can. It's a little bit tricky, but it's doable.
Yeah. It's one of those, it's worth knowing as a backup, but you really don't want to be relying on it in a lot of scenarios. So just breaking the tube the 1 time. There's charge for Kipp at 230. And there's another about face for Cassidy, as Kipp tells him.
That might work a little bit to Kipp and Cassidy's favor here. Zeb going to continue and DWeb to aggressively pick up ammo for the time being. Obviously, you want to get to at least 30 supers here, but charge would really speed things up in terms of minor checks and pickups. Kipp and Cassidy not needing to worry about that now. Pretty good beam combo. 600 damage on charge, ice, and plasma.
Yeah, 900 for Kipp with the vanilla wave as well.
That's right, yep.
By the way, with the super new fancy HUD we have with Dash, shout outs to everybody that made that happen. You can see that beam damage right there in the top right if you don't want to do math, or math makes your head hurt.
It's true. Yeah, I can't remember when I said it, but I think there was talk of removing the area indicator and returning the mini-map. But keeping the charge beam counter in, just because it's so useful. And remembering damage tables in your head is... We've done it for years, but it's like, do we really want this to be something that determines a race?
No, it's a great quality of life improvement. I'm a huge fan of the HUD giving that information.
Yeah. Like we introduced it because of Recall having the completely new damage table, but I like having it even without the modified beam system.
All right, let's see this moat portal. Okay, top of Green Bryn. So this is actually going to loop around nicely for Zeb as far as routing goes. Have we seen the wrecked ship yet? I don't think that we have.
I can't remember what Redburn 5 was. The top right out of the 3 bottom right portals. There's gravity for Kipp and Zeb.
Yeah, depending on what that transition is, you might still have the possibility for one of these long end-to-end back of LN through wrecked ship to the front of East Meridia.
Yeah. Have we seen East at all?
Yes. The portal above Kraid went to back of East Meridia.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, me and Bress, we spent like 30 seconds disambiguating which portal was which at the bottom of Red Tower, and we just decided to call them 5 and 6 because that's what they are on the SG tracker.
It is extremely important to get exact terminology down with your partner, because you have one chance to say something, and pretty much that's the only time you got. So if somebody's confused, you have to redo and say, wait, what? Which one is that? And it costs way too much time.
Yeah, I remember in Season 3 League, I was doing co-op area with Junie back when area was new, and we decided to just write out a list of every single portal and what we would call it. And it was like before we started calling portals like front and back of LN. So we called the 2 lava dive portals Chronic Boost and Gravitron respectively, and never used the term lava dive, just so there's never any ambiguity. But yeah, it's super important to have good communication with your co-op partner in Multitroid and in normal co-op.
Agreed.
And in life, frankly speaking.
Yeah, that sounds wise. Yeah, back to the race. It looks like we have a really bad map. We don't know where X-Ship is. We don't know where Turian is. We have... The available portals we have right now are top of West, which Zeb is going to, back of LN, and front of East. So...
Yeah, so if top of West Meridia is Turian here, then we know that we have a straight tube going from LN through the wrecked ship that is trapped in between LN and East Meridia.
Oh, watch Zeb's screen. That was a really nice, precise jump there. It's a low speed strat that Cicerine uses. With speed only, no high jump, you can utilize a peak in the run speed graph to get just barely enough momentum to get up there without a gravity jump or a bomb jump or a spring ball jump. Well, neat piece of tech.
Yeah, it was pretty fancy.
Yeah, like it doesn't look that hard, but it's pretty precise. So, good to see him pull it off.
Okay, and now seeing that this is the front of East Meridia, we now know, not exact location, but we know pretty much all the portals. We're going to have wrecked ship and Turian coming out of LN, essentially.
Yeah. So, since they have both suits, it's not really all that big a deal. But it is good to know that you really, really want to be ending your run with LN into wrecked ship into Turian.
Exactly.
And you want to be prepared to have the ammo for Turian when you get there.
Decent 2-round bot wound there. Almost got the 10 supers.
Kipp, not sure which elevator this was? I don't know. Or maybe he just decided to leave east, because he took the elevator down, then he took the elevator back up. Maybe remembered it's not Lost Render or something. I don't know what the rationale there is.
I will say there's not necessarily a great way for Zeb and D-Web right now to get back to that 230 check. So I'm wondering if and when they're going to find charge right now.
Oh, I thought D-Web had it.
No, I don't think Zeb would be continuing to pick up missile packs here if they knew where charge was. Supers definitely, but you wouldn't continue to pick up the missiles.
That's true. I don't know. I thought D-Web was going to have criteria. Maybe. Okay, I'm being told that D-Web did not check it, so...
Yeah.
I will accept that I'm wrong.
I don't know. I'm looking at the tracker that I have up here for area, and I'm having a hard time imagining a convenient way to get back to that check at this point. There's just not a good way for it.
Yeah, you're really not going to that area at all, since your bosses are at the top of West, and then the LN Rectiturian chain at the bottom right of Upper North Fair.
Yep.
So yeah, I think Team World is just committing to ammo at this point and will not be getting charged.
Yeah, it makes sense to do, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and Zeb's got a pretty straight shot at Torian anyways, because once he's done with this, he can go out the front of East and then take it to pre-Aqueduct, and then then he just runs through Upper North Fair and then does the LN Rectiturian chain.
Yeah, it's just a straight shot to the end there. And I just don't think D-Web is going to find another way through to make that check. It's just way too out of the way at this point. You have both suits. I think you just make your way to the tube connection at the end and go do all your bosses and turn.
And he's in Criteria right now, but he's about to be headed to West anyways.
Yeah,
so...
I think you just go into the crab portal here. It's way too far out of the way.
Oh yeah, agreed. Like, you've skipped it now, I think you just continue to skip it.
Yeah, and there it is. So both of our runners on the bottom, Zeb a little bit further ahead, but both of our runners are going to be doing exactly that. In and out the front of East Meridia, and then Upper North Fair to Lower North Fair, ship to Turin, and dot done.
Indeed. Nice gravity jump for BJ. Yeah, Cassidy with Kraid down is doing East Meridia from the back. Kipp is also following Cassidy into the back of East, but they've got charge, so I wouldn't be surprised. Since this is second finisher, this is likely going to become DJ versus Cassidy with Kipp and Zeb telling them where the ammo is. Well, with Zeb telling DJ where the ammo is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm curious to see how much of a gap closer charge is going to be at the end of this. Really hard to say at this point how close it may or may not be, but all the runners, I don't see anything other than decisions being made. Everybody doing a great job performing with this.
Actually, that's a lie. What I said earlier is a lie. Because Cassidy's literally ahead of Zeb. Cassidy's ahead of Kipp. What I'm saying. So
let's see. In boss completion, it's definitely going to be that case. I think. Very soon.
Currently, Cassidy is positionally ahead of Kipp. But DJ is going to split the difference, I think, since Cassidy's already got the boss moon down, but Kipp is headed into Aqueduct here, and DJ is also going to be headed into Aqueduct from the other direction.
We did put in some checks in the logic that says if on dash team go faster, so be ready for that to come into play.
Well, unfortunately for you, there's this little button in the corner of my race time window that says disqualified.
Oh, did we give you that button again? Oh, God.
All right, folks, look at bottom left of your screen. There's Zeb taking a couple tries, but executing a pretty close. Not exactly frame and pixel perfect, but pretty ding dang close. And nicely done, Bootless, getting up to this upper left check here, hunting out ammo. I think this is going to continue to plague them a little bit, not having this charge beam. There's a lot of extra checks that they're making now.
Is that jump like hypo pixel perfect? Frame perfect?
It is the same as the hypo jump. A hypo jump is it's a 2-pixel vertical window. Each pixel has a 75% chance to work based on subpixels. And then you really want your wall jump to be as delayed as possible. 9 frames is always good. 8 frames is less likely to be good, but can work. 7 frames has worked like once or twice, but really not something you should be counting on. 9 frames is the maximum you can delay your wall jump, by the way. 10 frames you just fall away from the wall and don't get a jump.
By the way, there were some comments on the Dash team sprite morph ball, which is probably the most noticeable. But if you haven't noticed, you can see on Kipp's screen every time he jumps, it's got the little Dash logo inside of the space jump and screw attack as well.
Yeah, that's a neat touch. I like that.
Yeah, I heard a certain Papa Schmo made it.
It did. It was fun. It was super fun. It sucks that nobody's gonna be able to get to do the crystal flash this time around, but I changed it all to be like Dash green, and she's got green hair and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's always nice to have like a little trademark in the Crystal Flash, kind of like all my sprites in the Mega Man Crystal Flash, which is kind of ironic because I didn't make the Mega Man Crystal Flash. That was Artho. I stole it from his Mega Man X sprite.
Nice.
But it was just like, this is too good. I'm just gonna put it in all my sprites.
Hell yeah.
All right, so here we go. Zeb, our first runner into this final one-way tube to the end of the game. Nicely executed spring ball jumps across the side here. And yeah, we'll be making this Chozo check here at GT. Still potentially looking for that charge.
Kipp is just checking the structural integrity of that platform in Dragon's Lair, just making sure it's sturdy.
Yep. Stein Sparkle.
Yep.
Comes to beefy. But yeah, also Zeb could be using this time to be farming the Rippers for supers before Ridley. So, and he's got all the time in the world because that's his second finisher.
If Zeb and D-Web have all the time in the world, does that mean that Kipp and Cassidy have all the time in the dev?
That is what that means.
I was gonna go with all the time in the dash, but I think they're dashing quite a lot right now, since generally I want to be pressing that when you're speedrunning Super Metroid.
Yeah, we do technically have more boss completion on the dash side as of right now. We'll change in about 10 seconds here, but...
Yeah, DJ, just finishing this Dragon up with some ammo.
Nice hypo jump there. Zeb doing it twice. So nice, he did it twice. Doing it in Bubble Mountain, doing it again here in Worst Room in the game, executing that very nicely. Obviously, having Spring Ball and bombs, DW will get there through there in a different way, but Zeb nailing it and doing it fast enough that it was worth not using the sort of easier backups.
Yeah. It is faster if you can get it like a second try.
It's whatever. It's not that hard of a trick, you know what I mean?
No, it is quite difficult. It's also kind of finicky.
I spent like 2 hours trying to do that the first time. It didn't get it once. So yeah, no shout outs to doing it like it's nothing and doing it in a race.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. Like the first couple times I tried to learn it, it just was not happening. I think it only started kind of clicking during League this year, and I've just been trying it on and off for years. So it's a very difficult trick, and there's no shame at all if you don't feel like you can do it.
Absolutely. For anybody trying, for whatever reason, it makes no logical sense whatsoever, but it started working for me from right side. So
yeah, I've heard that.
I don't know why, but right side works for me.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no.
I find the
in-game
visual
difference.
cues on the right side to be a little bit better, actually.
Yeah. I've always been a left side person, but I know Bress and Eddie are also right side people. So. Definitely just a whatever ends up working for you kind of idea.
Yep.
All right, Zeb just about to make it over to Ridley here. Zeb is going to have quite a considerably slower Turian, having not picked up ice, but with Zeb being in the lead here, that's not going to matter at all. Will be our first finisher, I think, sort of regardless. Am I missing anything else? I think charge is just really the deciding factor here. I can't quite tell, but it really feels like any sort of additional ammo hunt is going to prove somewhat problematic for Zeb and D-Web. It still feels like a pretty close race, huh?
Yeah, I think I agree.
We got Kipp going with the low ice strat here.
Yep.
Which is a pretty awesome one. Nice.
Look at that.
Well
Nicely done. That one takes some practice for sure, but it feels amazing when you get it to happen.
Yeah, it's a really nice combination of. It looks like it's completely gone off the rails, but it's very controlled, and there's a fair bit of leeway in it once you've figured out the nuances. Kind of similar to X-Prey D-Boost in that regard.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's very finicky in very select parts. Like if you take slightly too long with the jump, you'll have one pirate, not in the right place, and then the whole thing is kaput. So, yeah, it's definitely really solidly executed trick there.
For sure.
Nice bootless gravity jump there through that lava dive for Cassidy. Well done, getting into LN.
Yeah, DJ will have to replicate it in just a bit, but is also going to take time to farm up the supers for Ridley since this is the best spot to do so.
I'm not sure if Cassidy will go with the low ice strat here. May just clear the room and go for spring ball jumpage, but we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate a bomb jump. I don't know if Cassidy has one more.
Oh, right, that's the other team, or that's the one player. Never mind.
It ends up being a really interesting map layout. The way that it was all shuttled at the end, with these last few areas connecting to each other, it really limits the amount of Chozo checks that you can make. And I think that's part of the reason why this item distribution has worked out the way that it has, and why we're seeing a pretty low loadout overall, right? I mean, yes, we did get both suits, but we haven't seen high jump, we haven't seen space jump. One of the sets of players thinks that the bottom team thinks charge might actually be, who knows, somewhere buried in ship. Unclear, right?
Yeah, behind Ridley, maybe. I guess they already know that's not the case, but
yeah, there's a lot of different.
Charge cannot be behind Ridley, actually.
True.
Logically, charge can't be behind Ridley. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, at least not in Chozo.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassidy nearly there. There you go. Nice.
Nice.
That Namahe flame is real. Makes your anxiety levels go up when you're just watching it shoot at you in that room. Cassidy pulling out of the acid like a pro. That does not feel very good when you accidentally fall down there.
No, and this room in particular is kind of sketch when you have speed and no high jump, because you have that instinct to hold dash, and a lot of those short little run-ups with dash held give you jumps that are just not high enough to get up to those platforms, and that's what we saw there happen. You can get anxious really quickly with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cassidy doing a nice job to sort of clean up there and not take a bad death in that room.
Yeah, and of course this is Super Metroid, so if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yep.
Yeah, a death is very catastrophic, but
it's like Final Destination or something.
Yeah, DJ also gets into Lower Warfare. Does need to get his gravity suit back on.
Cassidy maybe hoping for an E-tank here. Finds a missile.
Zeb on 60-40 now. Pretty sure Kipp will probably end up catching up to Zeb on the ammo hunt.
Yeah, the ammo hunt and the slower Turian, right? Kipp has ice for Metroids.
Correct.
D-Web getting trolled a little bit by that wall jump check canceling the screw attack, getting knocked down by those pirates, and yeah, here's the IBJ.
Yep. DJ, after having DC'd with Zeb for a grand total of 39 minutes, I'm sure has absorbed all of his hyper jump skills and is very confident in his ability to pull it off in a race situation. I'm kidding. We said it before, but it's a very difficult trick, so like no shame at all for not going for it. Cassidy, starting the Ridley fight, has 14 supers and a bunch of beam shots to deliver to Ridley's face. First class.
I personally enjoy the leaving 15 supers for the end method on Ridley, so I don't have to count. But to each his own.
Yeah, supers are just that little bit better DPS when Ridley's going, so counting is empirically better, but you don't want to use the brain power. That's respectable.
Nice control from Cassidy, making Ridley play nice. Looks like
almost got a grab there.
Oh, yep. Just
no,
stay.
Yeah, Ridley should be dead.
Jump in there if you want. All right.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Fantoon giving Zeb to run around or fly around.
DJ taking the safety save before Ridley. Or no, yeah, before Ridley. So, wait, did DJ kill Ridley and nobody noticed?
Kipp spot checking there for high jump, I'm guessing. Would definitely be worth the time of that check. Not much else at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, high jump the big one. Probably also going to check the E-tank for the same reason.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable. You'll save quite a bit of time in your movement. It'll open up baby skip.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Or
Right,
not.
just going for it. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, knowing where your partner is as the runner in front, you could pad the amount of time you need to take to get to Torian by checking other things for your partner. But at this point, there's not a whole lot more. There's a lot of nice to haves out there.
Yeah, Zeb's going to be very disappointed to see one of these two Chozo missile packs here. And I don't know, you start to feel worse and worse and worse about missing that 230 check the more of these checks you make.
Yep. Wouldn't be surprised to see Zeb go for bowling, because he's at 70-40 right now. Still needs 2 supers. So
yeah, Zeb's far enough ahead here that you're going to probably see pretty close to a full wreck ship clear.
yeah, DJ also on 70-40. I don't know how much ammo was in back of LN. So maybe DJ is able to get up to enough ammo to finish the game. Off of that.
Alright, Kipp first into Turian. Clearing out these Metroids. D-Web will be entering the ship just here in a second, wreck ship.
Also,
Ooh,
with
the tail whip into the grab on D web side. That's the solid strat right there.
Yeah, and there it is. Zeb not going out the back towards Turian, but taking time here to look for a little bit more ammo. I think that really just ended up being the difference in this race.
Agreed, yeah. Like, Zeb can take all this time, but DJ has to spend all the time collecting it as well, and that's just time that Cassidy won't be spending because he's got the charge beam.
That's right.
So, yeah, that really turned out to be the vast majority of the difference in this race.
Yeah, and what was that bifurcation? I think there was a decision made at some point. Was it D-Web? I can't remember. They decided instead of going down to 230 to just go across to the next set of portals.
I think it might have been D-Web, but I don't remember.
Yeah, and obviously earlier we were forced away from it, the nature of the seed, with no bombs or power bombs showing up, so that wasn't an early option. And it was, could you find a way to route it back in? And Kipp made the decision to go through the Retro Bryn PB portal when finding that Croc entry portal out of Upper Norfair, and made the long trek up, was able to score charge and then check that moat portal and essentially find Green Bryn from the top, while Zeb was able to find Green Bryn from the bottom through Red Tower. And that really ended up being the difference. That routing allowed Kipp to find charge and made a really substantial difference in this race as we see Kipp and Cassidy now really fully ahead. Oh, chat saying D-Web just went right by it. Okay, if that's the case, yeah, I don't remember that part of the seed. A little bit hard to follow the action with 4 screens, but if D-Web just went right by it, that's it's an unfortunate hiccup there on their part.
Yep. Yeah, it's always unfortunate when stuff like that happens. You just go right by the important item that decides the race. I've been on both sides of that in races.
Yeah, when you get your mind into, like, you've already kind of skipped a check because of XYZ at the early part of a run, you just write it off in your brain, and then you never think about it again, even if you're walking right by it. So it's definitely something that happens when you've got a million thoughts in your brain.
With Motherland 2 down into the Rainbow and the Cut Cream. Cassidy, I don't know how many reserves he has. I assume 3+1, so not a trivial fight, but not. I would probably say Cassidy's done this level of fight before. I would be surprised if he hasn't.
I would be surprised if he hasn't as well. I don't know how many times Cassidy has. I mean, I know there's a whole lot of. Cassidy's got a repertoire of probably SMZ3 as well. There's a lot of work in ALTTP stuff. And, yeah, I'm not too nervous. I think Cassidy can handle it. It'd be interesting to see if Cassidy grabs a safety save. It is the final match. Looking for the deciding factor on the shutout or the victory. May just go all in.
Yeah, certainly it's not over until Samus is on the ship, and Cassidy's still just on 3 tanks, as you said. A little bit of a more demanding fight, just in terms of what the Rainbow Beam can do, or the ketchup, I should say. But Kipp safely through. We'll be the first one finishing this seed. We can queue up our GGs just in a minute here. Kipp will be going through this escape sequence. Nicely executed, though, by Kipp and Cassidy, honestly.
So definitely co-op areas hard to route, and they definitely did an admirable job. A couple of out faces for certain items, but it's hard to do this. So yeah, definitely props to them. Props to all 4 runners for playing a solid race, all told.
Prof, if something happens with the ketchup beam, I'm holding you personally responsible. Just letting you know
Just gotta hit your easy button there over on the Dash Dev Central.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, Zeb fully loaded on movement items, taking all that extra time. Got space jump, got high jump. It'll get him done a little bit earlier, but not worth the time investment. We'll see D-Web skip those. And what's the ammo situation? 75-45, so D-Web's good now at this point.
Yeah, this is like beatable,
exactly.
but it's terrible. So I would not be surprised to see him get the missile and right supers at the minimum.
Yeah, you can't miss anything with 75-45. It's a
Nope.
nerve-wracking
Wow,
fight.
skipping everything. Yeah, Zeb might be just pushing a finish here, honestly. Oh, wait.
Oh, he's going to go for the super at the top right at Sky Missile, I believe.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, this is fine. What would be really neat to see from DJ is if he kills all the enemies and then opens the bottom door in Attic.
And goes back down.
Yep, and goes back down. Is going to go the conventional route of just going back to the front, and Kipp is going to be our first finisher with an official race time of 50:05. GG to Kipp.
Jeez.
GG. Yeah, sometimes going to a location that's a little bit further away with a confirmed item that you know is there is worth going to, 2 or 3 closer locations with potential, I don't know what's there. You know what, I know this super is here. I'm just going to go here.
Zeb now with high jumps, so probably going to be seeing a baby skip attempt for him.
Well, it's a shame, actually, that Zeb found high jump, because Zeb has been working pretty hard since last rando season on, as you mentioned earlier, a bunch of low ice strats. And one of the things that Zeb actually picked up from Sasreem, in addition to that nifty little exit from the top of West Meridia in Everest, is actually the sort of speed Zeb skip where you spark and you use that to avoid baby grab, to essentially break free of baby grab. And with 5 tanks or more, it's actually not too bad to do that. So that's what I would expect Zeb to go for.
Yeah, that's a really nice strat. You could, and also with Sasha skip being more and more popular, there's also ways to go about doing a high jump plus baby skip easier with that.
Mm-hmm.
It is also possible to do it with the old counterclockwise skip, but it's generally considered easier to do it with the Sasha skip version.
We do see Cassidy take the safety save. Had 10 health and a full reserve when they saved, but right now it's got about 37 in the reserve tank. And so it's going to have to be very, very careful. Obviously, as we said, if something does happen, this is going to prove to be a insanely close race.
Yeah, but you said Cassidy saved?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would say no with a catch-up reset. I think Cassidy's still ahead of DJ, because DJ's still got to do baby and stuff.
Alright, here we go. 30 shots with this beam combo. Oh, and a couple supers, so it'll be a little fewer than that.
Okay.
320. Uh-oh. Oh no!
Alright, there it is.
Wow, okay.
Mm.
Cassidy's still ahead here, but it does make it a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think one more reset makes it DJ's.
You're spamming the A button trying to get back into the
Yeah.
game when that happens.
Yeah. Let me back in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cassidy has really low ammo. So can't refill his reserve. He's gonna go back and refill health.
Cassidy's
This is gonna be
refilling.
close.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Okay. I mean, you know what? I'm not mad at Cassidy for doing this, honestly. Like, you don't want to sit here and have the same thing happen. And if you're a little shaky and you just took a death and you want a little bit of extra confidence, this is the way to do it. We have a missed baby skip on D-Web's side, so that does help out a little bit for the Dash Dev team. But this is exciting.
I can almost taste the Arby's, man. Let's go.
I thought we went over this.
Hey.
You didn't want to taste the Arby's. Yeah, back to the race. This is definitely still advantage Cassidy.
Well, hold on. Do we get a resave?
Yeah, resave would be.
Ooh.
Oh, you're going?
No,
Are we
we're
doing
going.
we're doing a speed Zeb skip. Okay.
No speed sub skip.
All right. That's all right. He's going for a down back.
No down back.
Okay.
Reset
Okay.
the room. Yep.
Yeah, this is like.
Holy smokes,
This
folks.
is like battle of the Zeb skips. But DJ has to go back and refill missiles, I think, after this door. I think.
Does he?
Oh no, missing that upshot.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
Yep, DJ has to go and refill.
Oh.
missiles. Oh no!
If Cassidy goes back, yeah, I don't know. Could have, dumped the reserve. Wasn't feeling it. It's about the same amount of health here. If Cassidy goes back to refill again, then D-Web is ahead.
For sure.
So
Is it
all
the-
of this
yeah.
crazy going on, Zeb does make it safely
Okay,
through
alright.
that main phase of Mother Brain 2. So Zeb is going to be through here. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
folks.
so it really is DJ versus Cassidy at the end of it all. No
Okay.
down back for Cassidy.
Cassidy,
Oh my
just
goodness.
take off screw attack. Just take it off.
Yeah, that's really what you got to do. It's just
For anybody wondering,
And there's
like,
the save from D-Web, just making sure that this ammo kill goes
Oh.
smoothly.
yeah, this is.
Oh my goodness.
holy
We're in the
cow,
save
dude.
room at the same time.
All right, please take off screw attack. Just oh no, we're going
Oh,
back
we're gonna
up.
get the refill again.
Yeah, and that's why I was hoping that Cassidy would have resaved there with full health.
Yep. It seems like, oh, I'm wasting all this time. Why am I going to waste more time to go and save again? I already feel horrible about the time I'm wasting, but it really usually saves more than it hurts.
Not free though. D-Web does need to be careful here.
Yeah, we'll be able to calculate leeway once this Mother Ring 1 is done. 4360, so has 3 supers of leeway.
We're going to have a Zeb finish here very shortly, and if the runners are paying attention to the chat, it might make things just a little more anxious.
All right, and there's the resave from Cassidy.
Yeah, we'll have
So
to
far,
manage
so
for
good
health
on these
and-
missiles.
Yeah, he gets to miss 9 missiles or 3 supers or equivalent, but no more.
Only thing you have to worry about here is Mother Brain suddenly stepping forward, but we're getting really close to that red beam phase. I think D-Web is going to be okay. Oh, there's a super over the top of the head. That's exactly what I meant. Either a step forward or a dip.
There's
And
another.
another super down. Oh dear.
Yeah, DJ is just going to be playing it safe here, I think.
Yeah, just
Wait
waited
for
for
it,
the
yeah.
catch up. That made
Is that
sense.
enough?
I think he needs some missiles. We're good.
Wow, that's just enough.
There's the rainbow. So DJ is officially clear. This is the Mother Brain 2 behind Cassidy. So, but Cassidy's got the beam, so if Cassidy can make it through this fight, it'll be like a 50-second difference, roughly.
Wow, what a finish we had here. I mean, things really got turned on their head at the last minute. Very unfortunate for
Yeah.
Cassidy, who had been playing very well, and just a little caught up with that unfortunate health situation, right?
Let's give. Oh, okay. Cassidy's still in it. Let's give some energy, some mental energy to Cassidy.
Come on, Cassidy.
I believe. The
Mother Brain just handing out onion rings are on sale tonight.
Yeah, you know where you can get good
French
onion
fries.
rings.
Well, those are curly fries, aren't they?
Down at the Arby's, man. That's right.
next FC Live, we gotta go to Arby's like as a Super Metroid group just for the jokes at this point. Oh no!
Oh,
I was just gonna say Cassidy dodged that first ketchup like Neo in the Matrix, man. It was so close to his head. Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to clarify for folks, this is second finish. This is not average time, which potentially could have made this very interesting here.
D-Web just taking some shots here? Hello? Controller issues? What's happening?
I am worried.
What is going on?
Maybe the bathroom break strat?
Yeah, that's an interesting...
What is happening?
That's a bold choice, Cotton. See if it pays off for him. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This is...
Controller malfunction? I have no idea what's happening. No, not like this. Not like
this.
Oh my goodness.
Well, folks, we did not expect to see a Samus death in the bottom right of our screen there. Not entirely sure what happened.
I think this is the first Mother Brain 3 death I've seen in Super Metroid that wasn't either a casual play or somebody getting a spike suit from crowd control.
Well, from whatever just happened, if D-Web can get back in it, I mean, still no guarantee. It's still a 3-tank fight for Cassidy. But who knows what happened to D-Web's setup.
Wow, that is so unfortunate. What an absolute nail biter here. The lead changes, all the struggles Cassidy had, now some kind of, I don't know, hardware issue on D-Web's side.
And Cassidy takes another catch-up, so... This is really... Which person gets through Mother Brain first?
Yep.
Oh, we see a mouse scrolling around on the screen here for D-Web. We saw a cursor. Folks, we have a cursor. Hold on to your butts. Yeah, and there you see it on the left side of your screen, by the way. Just the massive difference between finding that charge and not. 28 versus 50%.
Yeah, I think this is the part where...
we have a reset.
Okay.
We're
right.
cooking. We're cooking.
Have movement.
Folks, we have a race again.
And if they get back in right away, we're talking about 30 seconds. They can get in right now.
Yeah. Not really seeing any controller, though. Have another reset.
Break out the Atari controller if you need to.
Be a miracle if you could play Super Metroid on that.
And there we go. We are live again on the bottom right. D-Web with full connectivity. It all comes down to whether or not Cassidy can nail this Mother Brain fight. Folks, hold on to your butts.
There's something to be said about your mindset after, this many deaths. For me, you're either just totally triggered and rattled, or you're just fed up and you've kind of admitted defeat in your brain.
Oh gosh!
That's all right. That's all right. We're still here.
Double set of onion rings to the face. We have our reserve though.
That was not the greatest pattern.
And unpaused right into a full volley of onion rings. Are you serious?
Oh my god!
It's on the angle up.
Oh, okay, all right. Is D-Web playing on like a Rock Band drum kit right now? Is that what had to happen? All right, 43:59.
All right, we are not out of the woods yet. We have all sorts of issues. Mother Brain can throw bad patterns. Missiles and supers can go errant. Hardware can turn sideways against its owner.
Yeah, I think this race is like the epitome of it's not over until Samus is on the ship.
Yep.
At least from what I've seen.
Don't smell the Arby's yet, folks. Ooh, invisible ketchup.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Okay.
Right. We're back. That was ketchup at 104.45 for D-Web. Did I say ketchup? I meant rainbow. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
I got Arby's on the brain, sorry.
Oh, Cassidy. Oh man, you hate to see it. I feel really bad. That's tough to have that kind of a run on Mother Brain.
Yeah, it's really tough. I've seen it. This is like, yeah, it's a tough fight.
For sure.
Because it's really just you don't get to get hit at all. But
I mean,
I believe in Cassidy to get through.
Oh, I know Cassidy can get through.
Yeah.
Good on Cassidy for getting up to this point with his route decisions and his gameplay, all before this fight, to put him in a pretty good lead to start with. Using the Rinka, that's pro strats right there. Give yourself a nice little platform.
Okay, will D-Web stand up? Yes, we have controller connectivity. Still looking for a few more shots here. Mother Brain just starting to change colors. Okay, Samus can go to sleep now, but not for too long because we're about to get our 3-minute countdown.
Nice dodge. French fry, no problem. Just don't. You don't need ketchup with those French fries, Cassidy.
Whoa.
There it is.
Oh. Couple more.
All right. A little curveball with the meatball there. Just
aim down. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're through.
And gets through.
All right.
We're through.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
Well, yeah, this is one of the most chaotic endings I've ever seen. I think this rivals Fusna versus Floaters in GT Classic. If anyone was watching that race way back when.
D-Web does need to hit these wall jumps here.
Yep. Make sure.
Not quite out of danger yet. That acid's still rising. And okay, all right.
As long as they don't hit a bonk here and have some sort of short charge malfunction. All right, taking the safe route, going up the right side.
Okay. Down to the last drop, man. That's what we're getting out of this race. Every single bit of nail-biting action you wanted, folks. Did you think this race was over? It was not. Did you think it was over again? It was not. I don't know how many lead changes we had there. but that was one of the most chaotic endings that I've ever seen to any kind of Super Metroid or randomizer race. Line up your GGs in chat. D-Web just about to finish off here, teamed up with Zeb316. They will take the crown in this race for the world against the devs. Incredible race by all of our runners. GGs.
GGs, everybody.
GGs indeed. Yeah, shout outs to the world team taking the 3-0 by the skin of your teeth, but taking it anyway. And shout outs to everybody who participated, who did everything. We are joined with a lot of our runners here from our race 3. GGs to everybody and anybody. How's everybody feeling?
A little stressed after the.
As I'm sure you all can expect, I'm relieved in a lot of ways.
Well, let's get right into it, D-Web. Was that a hardware, a connectivity issue? Did your battery die on your PS5 controller? What on earth happened there after that first Mother Brain fight?
So, Mother Brain hits me with the rainbow beam. I'm sitting there, and I hear this little ding in my computer ears, right? And I'm like, I have no idea what happened. And I'm trying to press a bunch of buttons, but, like, I have nothing to press. Like, I have no ammo, I can't item select or whatever. The emulator just stopped, like, accepting controls from my controller. I'm wired, so it's not a battery thing. I literally have no idea what happened.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're looking back at it now, but essentially you were behind Cassidy. You know, you and Zeb didn't manage to find that charge at the 230 check, and all of those ammo checks put you quite a bit behind after being ahead early. And Cassidy, unfortunately, was struggling a little bit with that Mother Brain fight at the end. And the two of you had been in the Mother Brain fight at the same time before that hiccup had happened. That really evened things up. It was it'll be quite an insane watch back for you two.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, 15. That is some.
Yeah,
that's some crazy.
Yeah, ammo was unbelievably horrible at the end there. Like, that was one of the worst ammo hunts I've ever had in a seed.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
There were so many power bombs, so many E-tanks. Just like, if there were at least missiles, like, then I'm at least making progress. But like with power bombs, E-tanks, like, it felt like more than half the items were power bombs and E-tanks, and I just wasn't making any progress with it.
Yeah, were you? Go for it.
No, go ahead, Pops, please.
I was just gonna say, were you in learning the location of the charge being? Did you have any thoughts back to your route or things you might have done differently?
I would like. With my route, there was never a chance to go back to 230, I don't think. I think that we talked about, and I think D-Web might have had a spot where he could have gone back into 230 and gotten that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even until I was sitting through my second baby cutscene in Mother Brain 2 that I was like, wait a minute, I did go back by 230. Yeah, like you said, Zeb never did, but yeah, GG's to Kipp and Cassidy. We can tell them about the insanity that ensued.
Yeah, GG's and welcome in, Kipp. Nicely done, crushing that seed. Well done, and welcome in.
Hey, GG's, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's, y'all.
I think you and Zeb had plenty of fun. Me and Cassidy, it seems like not so much.
I'm not sure I did. With
the ammo.
So we never found charge.
Well, I had fun. How about that?
Yeah.
We had fun in the comms booth. That's also true.
That is correct.
I never found charge, so I had to like do horrible ammo checks at the end. Like I went into Lore Norfair knowing the final like way it was, but I was like, okay, like we'll be fine with ammo. And then every ammo check was power bomb, E-tank, power bomb, missile, power bomb. Like it was crazy how bad it was. So I had to like go through jail to get a missile at like jail item. I had to do full top of wreck ship, like get a missile at assembly line, and then I finally got super at gravity was my go mode. So
nice. I'm trying to remember, was charge at 230 in this one?
Yep, it was at 230.
Yeah. Okay, so in terms of on our end, I want to start by saying that I not only did I have fun today, but I kind of forgot how much fun co-op is to practice. I had a really good time this week. Cassie and I ran like don't know, maybe 3 or 4 seeds, and I think Rumble helped me out with one last night, and it was super fun. This one was really unique, though. I don't think, Cassidy, you can remind me if you remember one, but I don't remember another one where the two of us were basically kind of forced to do the same thing for like a prolonged period of time at the beginning. A bunch of our prior seeds in practice, we were able to kind of like, go in different directions and get information. But this one, we kind of did a lot of the same things, which made the middle sort of mid-game decisions interesting. But yeah, that was really fun. I actually feel like even though Chozo is somewhat, to a certain degree, slightly more simplified in the macro with just like a smaller number of major items, like locations, I still think there's a lot of interesting, sort of meta strategic decisions you can make. And I think it's true not only in 1-on-1, but 2v2. So this was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I think that we did the same thing up until we got Varia. And then like we split back up.
Well, I will
say
similar
different in criteria, and then we
with
with
that screw attack, I went to Gauntlet, and then I checked the right portals where D-Web went left. I think there.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like the big difference, actually, and you'll be able to go back and watch this, but Zeb, you ended up finding Green Bryn from the bottom, having come through Red Tower, and you and D-Web had diverted and gone in different directions. One of you went through Bubble Mountain, the other one went to Red Tower, whereas Kipp and Cassidy both went through Bubble Mountain, and as a result, Kipp was able to go into the Retro Bryn PB portal and then make his way up, and that is where the charge was found. And I think that was really the difference, because then Kipp ended up finding Green Bryn from the top through the moat portal, and it routed really nicely to be able to do all those checks from the other end. But because he did it that direction, then charge was just en route for Kipp to the moat portal, and I think that was really the big difference maker, the two of them going to Bubble Mountain together, and then Kipp being able to go from the bottom of Retro Bryn.
Yeah, because I found that Retro PB, and so that was the last one I found, and I actually thought I might have been going back to Upper Northfield or Red Tower, but Zeb was like, it's faster through criteria. There was also some miners on the way, which given I went by charge and didn't find it, that was actually pretty useful. But yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, after the I think you went back to Red Tower or something, Zeb. That sounds right.
Yeah, I did. I went back up to Red Tower so that I could do the Red Tower items while you were doing the Upper Norfolk items.
By the way, Cassidy told me, like, once we got to a certain point, I kind of just like quit talking, like I just kind of let Cassidy focus, and he let me know that he was doing the down back Zeb skip. And I want to tell everybody real quick, that one is so hard, I don't even know how to do it. Like, I'm being serious. I literally don't know how to do it. So I want to give shout outs to him for doing that. But also, I had fun prepping this week, but I've mentioned this before. Cassidy has done an immense amount of difficult work for our randomizer. So I just wanted to publicly say that, in front of everybody, and also him, that I really appreciate his work. But I guess at this point, he thought that our practice sessions were going to be over, but they're not. I'm going to teach him the other Zeb skip after this. Just kidding, Cassie.
So I'm curious what went wrong with you, because something went wrong with us too at the end.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Cassie, if you want to touch on it, I was curious, kind of how your brain worked through that. So you want to tell about what happened, and I'm curious how you kind of handled it, because that's a tough situation to handle.
Oh yeah, I got a little tripped up on Mother Brain. First, I couldn't. Well, I remember, you have I had plasma and ice and charge, so I remembered, how to do the freeze the Rinka, but then my control scheme, I'm playing on keyboard, so it was a little awkward. It wasn't, I had to figure out like how to get that, and then after that, I kept basically just died to Mother Brain a bunch of times. The catch up kept getting me, like it felt like it came out of nowhere, and then finally, like, I was just kind of fixated, on Mother Brain's arm, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dodge it this time. But yeah, it was a little frustrating, but what can you do? You just gotta run your race,
Yeah. I had the unfortunate mishap of my emulator just stopped accepting inputs from my controller for reasons I am completely unaware of, so I also died to Mother Brain.
Oh no.
It died to Mother Brain 3, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, I was in the cutscene, I heard something ding, and then like I'm sure like chat is just like all kinds of emotes. I'm just standing there like getting kicked by Mother Brain 3, like trying to figure out what's going on.
I would have liked to be in the room to hear the words that were spoken while we were watching that happen.
I was very committed to trying to figure out what was wrong. No expletives.
He was pretty sure that Kipp had somehow sabotaged his controller.
Yeah, that's fair. Did we keep that logic in? Like, if not dev team, destroy at Mother Brain 3? I don't know if that's still in there.
No, I think that one's just for Nevdi.
Okay,
Just-
all right.
Yeah, it's like every year that passes by, the whole community gets just a step closer to catching me cheating, but I'm still getting away with it.
Whoa! We're still live, Kipp. You can't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that was supposed to be private.
No, it's all good. What happens at SG Live stays at SG Live. But no, really a solid race from all you guys. It was really a treat to watch. Most chaotic terrain events we've seen, like probably since Fuzda and Sloters in the Multicat in 2020 in GT
The
Classic.
legendary Golden 3.
Yeah, the legendary G3. That was that race. But
A year and a half ago, I think it was Derp Nevdi. That was also some fun.
Yeah,
motivation
that one
games,
was
but
a
yeah,
good one.
this one was. I mean, on my end, like I have no idea what to say to anyone. It was just whatever happened. But yeah, Cassidy, it just seems like. I mean, you're finishing with 22%. That's dope. That's half of what I have. So it's not easy.
Yeah, Cassidy.
Yeah.
I just realized that is like maybe the lowest number I've ever seen for somebody completing a rando. That's awesome. So real quick, I want to say a few thank yous to kind of wrap the whole event up. Before I do, Zeb, DJ, any final comments just in terms of the race or your preparation?
I just want to say that it's been fun. I've been enjoying figuring out how to optimize my play to these rules. I think that it's very different from how I've played with other rule sets in the past. Like I was basically like just being very thorough, checking basically everything, and then like trying to figure out how much we can get away with D-web skipping. It was kind of like an interesting, different like play style than I've had
That's
before.
how I felt too. I actually think Zeb had recommended that we do the average time, which I think a lot of co-ops use. And for the record, I think that's probably like a better, way.
I think,
But this is actually different and lets you play different, which I thought was kind of cool.
yeah, I think that this is good for when you have two really large skill gaps. I think if you've got two people who are like pretty close in skill level on a team, then I think that average time is generally better because like you're not going to have as much time to check for your partner, and it's just going to kind of be like one person's not really like the person in front basically doesn't have to worry about anything. They're just like, it doesn't matter whether they play well or not. They can just like do whatever and they'll be fine because their time wouldn't matter. So I don't like this kind of format as much in like a similar skill level, but when it's like pretty different skill levels between the runners, then I think it's really interesting how much you can like do for your partner.
DJ, anything to add?
Yeah, I want to echo that. Obviously, this is my first ever experience of any kind with co-op, and like Zeb said, it was interesting trying to figure out because I think the first maybe one or two we like weren't really as aware, so we were just kind of like trying to figure things out, and we kind of shifted after like the first couple. But I think we ran 7 practices between last weekend and this, and like it was really fun. It was funny after the first one, we kind of shifted to try to find charge generally, and then I think the last like 4 we've done, we haven't found charge. This one especially egregious on that front, but yeah, it was really fun. Zeb, like I said, met him, at SG Live. It's been fun. Obviously, he's had a lot of success. I just want to give a shout out to Nevdi, who in 2 tries couldn't beat Kipp with Zeb, and I did it on the first try. So
I was actually I was waiting to see if somebody was going to bring it up. Zeb, for the record, I wasn't going to say anything, but now that DJ's opened it up, I just want to ask, how good does it actually feel to beat me?
Pretty nice. I wish that Nevdi hadn't have thrown against you. I think that was pretty bad of him.
Nevdi, just for the record, man, I think you're cool, dog. I gotta offset all this hate for you, bro. Just with a nice comment, just throw it in there. All right.
So
yeah, I will say it's really nice not having to team with Nevdi for once. I think that's
right.
Yeah.
a
my
little
biggest
bit lighter
takeaway
of a
here.
weight to carry for Zeb.
I mean, you've literally got your other teammate from League in this VC with you, Zeb. So you got 2 other potential teammates other than Nevy. So I mean, now you're set for next league season. Nevdi.
Yeah, this is an open audition, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well-
if we're saying Nevdi's the bard, that's comical.
I was gonna say I think Zeb and Nevdi together is too strong, so I'm glad that you guys got to break it up. There's a reason I didn't invite Nevdi. It definitely didn't have anything to do with his time zone. It just had to deal with I didn't want to race him. But anyway, real quick, Cassidy, anything final that you'd like to add as well?
Not too much. Yeah, just it was fun. I'm glad you organized this. Had a good time practicing, racing, all that. Yeah, thanks for putting it on, and thanks to everyone for racing and volunteering and all that.
Yeah, I'll also second that. Shoutouts to everybody who came together to make this event happen. Shoutouts to the Dash devs and for making these features happen. Shoutouts to the Metroid devs for the same thing, and shoutouts to Kipp for asking me. It's been a blast. I love playing Metroid with cool people, and if there's a Metroid tournament, I said before, but I would definitely do that.
Yeah, so briefly, let me say a few thank yous at the end here. Obviously, this was just kind of a quick one-day thing, but I really appreciate not only the Dash dev team, coming out and racing and doing this for fun, but also everybody that I contacted to help us out. It was nice to have a really cool all-star lineup of people. But I'd like to do stuff like this a little more frequently, even if it's not like a true tournament, but just kind of like a fun competitive event. In particular, one-day things I think are good. In terms of everybody else out there, I would encourage you to, check out our Discord and some of our seeds. We're always looking for feedback, not only in terms of ideas that we could try. We like to be pretty experimental, but also I'm looking for feedback about what people believe would be sort of the best settings or combination of things for racing. And that's not only for one-on-one, but also in this case, this has kind of motivated me to think about some co-op / Multi-Troid ideas. So get in there with us. We also do a weekly async, usually run by our guy Papa Schmo here. So check that out. But I also want to close by saying a big thank you to the Speed Gaming staff and Feasel in particular. They've been very kind to our group for several years now and have helped us put on several events. And they were very accommodating to us to help us out with this. So I really appreciate that. It's always fun to be able to showcase our stuff. And that's it for me. If anybody else in the comms booth would like to send us out, please feel free to.
Before we do that, also a little shout out to one more time to the Metroid folks who really put in a lot of work to get a Dash Randomizer option in their drop down for their setup. It was really awesome, and they were really helpful. I guess
shout out to Jestro, the GOAT.
Yep. Yeah.
Of course.
I can't believe I forgot Jestro. My bad.
Oh my God.
You're the man.
He's literally on our screen. His name's on our screen. Yeah. Shoutouts to Jestro, the best tracker in the business.
Jestro's like Mother Nature. It's like you just know that everything's working because of Jestro, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can just assume it's gonna work.
Yeah. It's like a good spy. You just don't know he's there because it's all operating smoothly.
Prof, I'm gonna pass it to you for the outro.
Oh, all too kind, all too kind. All right, folks. Well, that has been our showcase put on by Dash Team and the devs versus the world. The world coming out just a little bit on top this time, but we had a lot of fun along the way. So on behalf of all of the runners, the dev team, and everyone involved, thank you for making this an excellent experience. And on behalf of my co-commentators and tracker Jestro, Papa Schmo, and MM2 Nest Cartridge, I am Professor School. Folks, we will see you next mission.
Peace.